said it's no longer 4 plus 4, but it is now plus 4 because we have indeed won the election. Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellency, the wife of the President, I'm going to hand over to MC Efizi to introduce the next item.
Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you, Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and your beloved wife, who we all can refer to as the mother of the nation. Distinguished guests, Your Excellency, we'd like to take the opening prayer, and that will be done by Dr. Musa, the Chief Imam of Ansaruddin Mosque. Dr. Musa, please, can we have you? Dr. Musa, please, can we have you quickly?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم صلوا على النبي اللهم صل وسلم على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. O Allah, as you have forsaken PDP in the last election, continue to abandon them. O Allah, as you have showed mercy on APC, continue to show up and lead APC. O Allah, as you have protected our President, Commander-in-Chief, O Allah, continue to protect him and guide him and show her a lot of wisdom and open his heart to the love of Nigeria and protect them and lead them in fairness as you have done before, and continue to bless him to lead this nation to where it is heading to. O Allah, Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanatan wa fil akhirati hasanah وقنا عذاب النار سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take an opening remarks, and that will be done by no other person than the wife of the Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Mrs. Dolapo Oshibanjo. Please, a big round of applause for her as she steps to the podium. Thank you.
Your Excellency, President Muhammadu Buhari, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellency, Hajia Dr. Aisha Muhammadu Buhari, the wife of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Excellencies, wives of governors, members of the Federal Executive Council, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege and honor to welcome you this evening to this victory dinner on behalf of the Women and Youth Campaign Council and also on behalf of Their Excellencies, the President and the wife of the President. I am privileged to welcome you, and I'd just like to sing a song just to welcome you, because I know that we are all going to the next level. We are going higher. We are going higher. We are going higher, 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 higher. Every day to the next level. We are going higher. We are going higher. We are going higher, 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 higher. Every day to the next level. I'd like to encourage us all to fasten our seatbelts, because we are assured by the special grace of God that we are going to the next level. In our lives, we're going to the next level. In our families, we're going to the next level. In our communities, we're going to the next level. In our states and in our nation, we're going to the next level. APC.
Wow. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, you indeed also bear with me to know that if the wife of the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has such a beautiful and amazing voice, you indeed know why the husband smiles a lot of time. I think she deserves another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, the father of the nation, you have indeed earned yourself a very amazing name from Nigeria, as everybody has left your own name to call you a special name. Ladies and gentlemen, help me shout, say Baba. All right. So we indeed want to thrill you to some entertainment this evening. And we have someone who goes by the name Nasiru coming to do Kudao Muyizabe. Please, a round of applause for Nasiru.
Hello. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه. كداو ميزابي على كداو ميزابي DJ. Wai sun daga zabe kamar yadda aka yi bara manawa a hakan ne APC ta yi nasara malfa kuma a tsugunne ita malfa a tsugunne take. Mun ci ruwa ko shi da wanda an kai a wancan. To mene mako guda Allah kai mu a raye. Musa Halluru ya ce in ɗora sha'awa ke mu dawo bi zabe. Mu dawo bi zabe. Mu dawo bi zabe. Mu dawo bi zabe. Kuma mu dawo bi zabe. Mu dawo bi zabe. Inda da mu da ƴaƴanmu muke rawa. Mu dawo bi zabe. Na san abin da kun ce al'umma. Mu dawo bi zabe. Na san abin da zafi al'umma. Mu dawo bi zabe. Kun sai da ayyukan ku da sana'a. Mu dawo bi zabe. Hold on, DJ, please. No, stop. It is all right, stop. Ai ba amfani haka DJ inda ya magana kenan ko? Ina ma da arziki masoyi ya san dai yana da gata ne. Ina ma da dukiya inosar da mai sarrafin asirina. A ce za na aikata a koya ba zan zagi shugabanni ba. Ina ma da ɗan tsaki masoyi da yunwa ba sa ga juna ba. Buhari a ce zarge ya hana yin safar da shinkafa. Buhari a ce zarge ya hana yin safar da shinkafa. To mu ɗauka haka ne to mene laifinsa Buhari. In ku tambayi kakanni kasar ma'ada an santa da noma. Mutane sun fi ɗari da maka tsira ashe jaran kayan ka bai zama sauke mu raba shi kai ni abin da nake tsoro ba saukarsa a mulki ne ba ni abin da nake tsoro ba wanda zai maye gurbi ne ba mun shiga kunci bara ana ta kashe mu muna da ɗabuya abi mu cikin bauta abi mu gida a kashe mu da 'ya'ya muna ta du'a'in Allah canza yanzu da canjin ya zo muke taɓarin zance wasu mu kamar kambu suka kunno in mun ka butulcewa Allah mu san shin mun gode kenan ko kuma mun kyauta kenan in Allah ya yi fushi mu san da sani mu ne muka jawo wake da sanin gaibu ko zance na akwai aibu wasiƙa zuwa ga shugaban ƙasa
wasiƙa zuwa ga shugaban
mai tsaro bai tsoro a tsakar tsannani ko da an ce ya bar ƙasa
wasiƙa zuwa ga shugaban ƙasa
kaga tudun da ka hau da ƙyar mai sauke kafa sai dai wanda ya yi ƙasa
wasiƙa zuwa ga shugaban
to ba shirka kai ba a hawanka dalilin nan bai sa ka sha ƙasa ka sace riƙe Allah baba akwai nisa hanya ta gaskiya
wasiƙa zuwa ga shugaban
na ce ka sace riƙe Allah baba da ɗaci duk zance na gaskiya
wasiƙa zuwa ga shugaban
ya Allah kare shugaban da duk bai da niyyar sace kuɗin ƙasa
wasiƙa zuwa ga shugaban
Allah kare nazir sarkin waka mai sanya ga cigaban ƙasa cigaban ƙasa Allah ya samu dace amin madalla madalla
Indeed, a very beautiful rendition there. Some of these songs were actually used very well to also mobilize people to come back to vote after the postponement of the election. I think they deserve a round of applause. We'd like to also have Aikin Gama Ya Gama by Sakamun Chenji. Please, a round of applause for them. Ai dole wanda ya fara aiki dole ya gama, ko ba haka ba? Can we have the group now, please?
aikin gama ya gama. An daina mana kisa.
PDP ta mutu, to Baba Buhari Allah sa ka gama lafiya.
Rikitata, ya kenan.
Yau takaici zai karsi 'yan taware kuma kenan. Masu sakamakon canji kun ga mun dawo kenan.
Buhari zai cinye zaɓe.
Jirgin Adamawa jirgin mu ga wani sabon nan.
Masu lema na sukuni.
Tawagar mu ta Abdul Amatu mai kwashe wannan.
Buhari ya cinye zaɓe.
Yanzu dai mun gama targata kilema shi kenan.
An danna mana kisa. APC ce a raya PDP ta mutu. Allah sa ka gama lafiya. Ya gama.
Danna mana kisa.
APC ce a sama PDP ta mutu.
Baba Buhari Allah sa ka gama lafiya.
Aikin gama ya gama an danna mana kisa. APC ce a raya PDP ta mutu. Baba Buhari Allah sa ka gama lafiya.
Tun daga shi ta yaki mun ganta ta yaki haƙuri yake ba ku ƙasa ta inji baba a duba baba shi bai ma so a yo hakan ba baba rai ne bai so a kai hakan ba tunda ci ya yi shirinsa baba ya sa tunda ci ya yi addu'arsa wacce ya sa yana can daura ubanmu bai zauna ba a ce an yi shirin da bai sani an yi ba za nasa babu laifin baba baban shaida ba ka yi zance ba yaya za a yi karo ba kai nasara ba baban san za su faɗi ban ƙarya ba gaba halin na gaban kuku yan gaba baban nan zai iso ba kun yi fushi shawara ba ka ba hannu ba dai su ba maganar mata a bi su ba ta taso ba maganar da suka yi a baya mun duba baban Najeriya ba zai manta ba ce an gama kurin kus sun faɗi
Aikin gama ya gama an danna mana kisa. APC ce a raya PDP ta mutu. Baba Buhari Allah sa ka gama lafiya.
sati ɗaya ne ta a shaɗe ko za a yi shi muke da talaka kai muke da talaka baba Allah ya riga dai komai da kake kasar mu kai mana daidai zaɓe ko zai wata guda talaka na nan zai danna mana kisar su gama cuta kai kamar gobe muke gani za a yi zaɓe talaka idanunsu suna gani ƙura'a duka za mu ba Buharin haɗa sansani za a yi zaɓe talaka mu yi haƙuri ƙura'a duka za mu ba furfuto da yunƙuri za a yi zaɓe talaka ɗau baba janar Buhari ƙura'a duka za mu ba labul kun ji tsari da ƙwari sati ɗaya kai ku bar faɗin baba ya tsorata sati ɗaya ne masu lemar sun jibuta sati ɗaya ne suna ta hauma bata sati ɗaya shi talaka kullum yana jiransa sati ɗaya baban Buhari kullum yana faɗinsa sati ɗaya kun ji burin talakan cikin ƙasa ta auta waziri na zo ina ta zance na dawo janar Buhari
Aikin gama ya gama an danna mana kisa. APC ce a raya PDP ta mutu. Baba Buhari Allah sa ka gama lafiya. Batun dage zaɓa zan yi wa talakawa. Zan so wanda ya fusata ya yi hucewa. Shirin yanda fara aka yi ganowa. Macutan fara masu sandawowa. Har balat fefa ta goge sun ka bugowa. Sakamakon zaɓa sun yi yau zanawa. Ashe sirrin boye ya fito sarai.
buhari masu lema sun gegeta mu babu damar sata
buhari ne zai koma
rage zaɓa sun yi fusata talakawa kun ga kar mu fusata
buhari ne
sati
zai
mai zuwa
koma
mu fito mu da kwarkwata mu zaɓi buhari din madubin najeriya
aikin gama ya gama an danna mana kisa apc ce
haka wani ne sun gama yin shirin su sun kwanda bakin ciki su zan maka tuntube kana yi da dadin ciki sun ja da kansu sun gajiya sun saki kome ne zai wahali da su baya kamar haki to baba buhari allah kare ka kamar ido bata ka yi rayuwa ka kara ta kamar gwado da sanin zaki irin ka sai na yi mara kangan ruwa kake a ta sa ka sha ka bar sai da taron ido abar kabili makurarren ko su kata ko su bar kai ne bisa kan tudu in makilcin su za su kare shi su gur su gyale ka kan ragar wani zan naje ayya kai oribo hey
da waɗansu suna fushi domin zaben an daga a bar maganar fushi zai zago kuma a buga
aikin gama ya gama
sarkin yakin da suna ta gunaguni ogan nasu da handama
aikin gama ya gama
muko namu buhari sai ya ce ba a
dai an daga zaɓe
ku bar su hayaniya kawai za su yi su gama
aikin gama ya gama
shi ya sa jama'ar mu muke bin su da lalama
dai an daga zaɓe
wanda duk baya buhari kai ya ci kararuma
aikin gama ya gama
da dattijo farin gani albarka ya ruwan sama
dai an daga zaɓe
domin babanmu nasara ta yi tuni ta yi sama
aikin gama ya gama
magauta ya dara ku sai ku yi taron gama
dai an daga zaɓe
jama'a ƙuri'ar ku sai ku ɗebo ta kuɗin guma
aikin gama ya gama
ku zo ku babu mai yi muku tsangwama gara bagardama ya wuce tsangwama baba buhari rabu zai maimaita maka ilmu'azin na birnin wa ku ce mun rawagar dama
aikin gama ya gama an danna mana kisa apc ce a raya pdp ta mutu to baba buhari allah sa ka gama lafiya buhari mijin aisha mata ba ma zaɓi wani ka ba buhari mijin allah ya zaɓen ban mu fusata ba mun waje rijistar ba mu ya gaba buhari mijin aisha dubu ba ma barka ba ce haram ba ma bi shi ba buhari mijin aisha
ta canza zani ba babu ko ba karba masu ciwon zamba buhari ne zai ci gaba dukkan ku bai nasara ba da addu'ar talakawa tsoho ba za ka zube ba buhari ikon rabba ana ta tona asirinsa a idanun duniya
Jita na ce Buhari ka gama lafiya.
ashe ba su iyawa ba kabuwa ya hayo ya gawa dogo dan daura na aisha ka fitarewa ga bulbin tsakiyar gari da ba a kwarfewa buhari kai kadai da gayyar talakawa da zaben sati ya zo za mu haiwa Ibrahim dole murya na dagawa rukun kasa da PDP babu ke ba dawowa da kun so ko kuɗi Buhari zai daɗa dawowa
aikin gama ya gama aikin gama na kisa
Kai ne. Kai ne za ka shiga ne. Jaka kai ne. Sinabul Buhari an tuka jakar magori. Aikin gama ya gama fiye ya kar su kwari.
zabe.
Ƙaryar duka canfa-canfa ƙaryar boka da bori.
Mun zazzage sirrukansu.
Ta tabbata gun talaka ba mai kimar Buhari.
Daga mu fito mu yi zabe.
Nema dai mun tumurmusa ta a ƙasta ya gari.
Mun zazzage sirrukansu.
Karshen da na sani bi kamfin wasu sun yi gwari.
Daga mu fito mu yi zabe.
Husaini na danko na gamsu marke na kau da tari.
Mun zazzage sirrukansu.
Dogo dan daure inda kai ba a ganin mazaje.
Aikin gama ya gama an danna mana kisa. APC ce a raya PDP ta mutu. To Baba Buhari Allah sa ka gama lafiya.
Allah ya yi maganin ku PDP cuta. Shirin da kuka yi a fari yau an rusa ta. Mun yi addu'ar da kuka raina aikinta. Kullum da tawassuli muke tashi mu kwanta. Mun yarda da rabi shi yake rusa mugunta. Allah mun ƙara godiya kai mana gata. Ka rusa muna kisar su ka bar su da keta. Su ne makiyan ƙasar mu sun samu a bauta. Muka yi addu'a ga rabi ya cire mu a cuta. Allah ya ba Buhari mulkin mu a kyauta. Domin Najeriyar mu shi za ya ɗaga ta. Ibrahim ya laɗan hayin banki ke kira. Mi haƙuri mi zaɓe.
Aikin gama ya gama an danna mana kisa. APC ce a raya PDP ta mutu. To Baba Buhari Allah sa ka gama lafiya.
Sirrin boya a yanzu ya fito fili ga mu gasu.
Karo ɗamara ka ji baba.
Tunda mun gano shirin su baban mu ko bai barin su.
Karo ɗamara ka ji baba.
Ko bai yayi farko wallahi zai yo karshe. Duk da an daga zaɓe nasara ita ce karshe. Mun banka da sirrika sai mun ga uwar daka. Aikin gama ya gama mun lashe an gama. PDP ta gama ku faɗa musu sa kuma. In Allah ya so Buhari shi ne zai koma. Adamu na kudu Buhari baban mu da runguma. Godiya ga buwayi jalla sarki raba gardama. Zaɓe mun ci an gama.
Aikin gama ya gama an danna mana kisa. APC ce a raya PDP ta mutu. To Baba Buhari Allah sa ka gama lafiya.
Ashe dai talakan kasar mu ya gane kenan. Da kima da mutuntaka Buhari ya san wannan. Asiri ya toni yan adawa ya kenan. Kun shirya domin ku sai da mu kar mu yi gaba. Batun daga zaɓe ina kira jama'ar baba. Kowa ya yi haƙuri ya sake ƙara shiri babba. A fita gurin zaɓe da wurwuri asabar ta gaba. A yi APC sakbance da ku a yi wa ba. Ƙuri'a ta Buhari ce da APC baba. Alfazazi nake kira ku taso mu yi gaba. Muna baba Buhari ai ba ma kunyata ba. Shi ne mataki na gaba.
Aikin gama ya gama an danna mana kisa. APC ce a raya PDP ta mutu. To Baba Buhari Allah sa ka gama lafiya. Aikin gama ya gama an danna mana kisa. APC ce a raya.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. A special rendition for Mr. President.
Kullum mai kwana kullum musalla. Wanda baya barin mu yo kwalla. Rabbana ta fada fa ilahu ka kare baba. Laifin tsohon nan ba kai jama'a. Akan menene ake tabbato har ma da ba'a. A maimakon fa a ce duka bai tai mai addu'a. Na daura fari dogo ne sarkin fara'a. Baba Buhari nake bagana kowa ya shina. Shekara 3 in mun mance to duka duk mutuna. Jama'ar mutu not isa yanzu da koko nake magana. Kutino baya, ikun katino sai mai magana. Baba mu yau dai ka zama gare mu kamar fitila. Mai haske hanya duk mu gani sannan mu kula. Gashi duk mun gane hanyoyi yau ba matsala. Karaba, baba muke maka dan kacira. Dawo, Buhari mu ce musu sun makara. fa kai nisa ruwan sama zo mai wanke zufa ga abinci ka ba mu dukkan muna karaba mu dafa domin sanyi kace ga nan barago mu rufa amma wayayye shi dai ne zai gane haka dattijan nan ashin wai mai ya tare musu ne burin su kawo da shi fa ai lalle haka ne duk sun manta shi fa kafi gun mai duka ne wasu sun gano amma wasu ko ba su daddara ba talakawa mu Allah san mu ba mu takura ba mu dai mulkin ka muna jin daɗi ba barka alkairan nan da kake tonowa kai ta haka ruwan canji to ba zugo mana duk mujika ba canji na kuɗi ba kun gane ko ba haka ba mai sana'a ba zai tsaya wai sai an san masa ba to maganar na nan ba kowa zai ankara ba rabbi dubi buhari to zabe shi cikin garare rabbi kai masa dama domin ya cika alkawari kada da masa lafiya da yin aiki a gari domin mun gane baba yana fadaken kudiri rabbi da famai na ce a cikin dokan lamari damuwarsa a ce kasan nan yau ba ta gari damuwarsa a ce talaka na kasar ga ya bar garari akan haka ne wasu yau suka ce ba sa uzuri kuma kai kan so baba buhari ya karbi gari jini dan musa na gombe mai waka a gari rabu da famai na daura ne da titi fari rabu da famai to a cikin dokan lamari amin.
Thank you very much. That applause was not loud enough. Can we appreciate them once more? A special rendition for Mr. President. We're celebrating tonight, and we all worked hard for this victory. So we're going to take some goodwill messages. We're going to have 6 goodwill messages, 3 women, 3 men. I'm going to announce the names so you get ready. Honorable Jibrin from Kanu, former IG Suleiman Abba, our SDG SSA, former Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Mrs. Orelokpe Adefulure, former Governor of Lagos State, General Abuba Marwa, Mrs. Pauline Tallin, former Deputy Governor of Plateau State, as well as Hajia Najatu, our dear sister. We're going to begin with Honorable Abdul Mumini Jibrin, popularly called the Nightmare of Kwankwasia.
Ya Rahman ya Allah,
Yadda baba ya maimaita.
Ya Rahman ya Allah, Al-Maliku ya Allah,
Yadda baba ya maimaita.
Al-Qudus ya Allah.
Your Excellency, Mr. President and President-elect, Your Excellency, wife of the President, Chairman of the Women and Youth Presidential Campaign Team, General Buba Marwa, the wife of the Vice President, distinguished guests, Your Excellencies, ladies.
Hello. Tonight, we will take a closer look at the peculiarities of the just concluded 2019 Presidential and National Assembly elections. Good evening and welcome to Weekend File. The 2019 Presidential and National Assembly elections may have come and gone, but certainly not the memories of peculiarities of the elections are judged by relevant stakeholders to be relatively free, fair, and credible. Elections in Nigeria have remained the major way of achieving legitimate rule since the country adopted the Western model of liberal democracy, and the process is meant to achieve 4 fundamental goals, namely social justice, enthusiastically participating citizenry, accountable leaders, and open society. It is important to note that the 2019 edition had few distinguishing features when compared to previous elections. For instance, INEC recorded 84.2 million registered voters as against 69.7 million in 2015. The implication is that more persons were expected to participate in 2019 elections. But did that necessarily translate into higher voter turnout? That's the big question. However, the elections witnessed optimum participation of political parties, the emergence of second category of parties, or the middle players that swell up the number of participating parties to 93, plus 73 presidential candidates, the highest ever recorded in the nation's political history since independence in 1960. There are other peculiarities such as the negative and positive roles played by the social media, the shocking fall of powerful politicians, and rise in the number of fresh parliamentarians that will make up the 9th Assembly. There is much more to dissect as we kickstart today's edition of Weekend Fire, your weekend companion. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Kirian Umair, and the news begins now. Chinese President Xi Jinping on Friday extended the heartfelt congratulations to President Muhammadu Buhari on his decisive win in the February 23 presidential election in Nigeria. In his congratulatory message, President Xi said President Buhari will join efforts with him, and Nigeria and China in recent years have significantly enhanced political mutual trust and secured fruitful outcomes in practical cooperation, which have delivered tangible benefits to both countries.
Ambassador Zhu Pingyang, accompanied by senior officials of the Chinese embassy in Nigeria, were received by the special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Femi Adesina. The envoy read in part the Chinese leader's congratulatory message to President Muhammadu Buhari.
On the occasion of your re-election as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I would like to, on behalf of the government and the people of China, and in my own name, extend to Your Excellency warmest congratulations and best wishes. I wish you continued success in fulfilling the lofty mission.
The Chinese leader said through joint efforts with President Buhari, Nigeria and China have in recent years significantly enhanced political mutual trust and secured fruitful outcomes in practical cooperation, thereby delivering tangible benefits to both countries.
I highly value China's relations with Nigeria and stand ready to join hands with you to follow through on the outcome of the Beijing summit of the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation and take the China-Nigeria strategic partnership to a new height to the greater benefits of the two countries and two peoples.
The presidential advisor on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, on behalf of President Buhari, expressed Nigeria's appreciation to China for being a dependable ally in development.
Starting from before the election, at the most crucial time, China stood up to stand by Nigeria. We found that very, very significant. It shows a friendly country. It shows a country that wishes us well. It shows that our relationship with China is not one-sided. It's mutually beneficial. So we are very glad. And followed up with this letter again, we just can't express our thanks.
More messages of congratulations on the renewal of President Buhari's mandate through the ballot box are being received from across Africa and the world. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Very much so, Adamu, because President Paul Biya of Cameroon has felicitated with President Muhammadu Buhari on his re-election, wishing the Nigerian leader every success as he serves a new term. A press statement by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, noted that Biya said he is pleased to extend his sincere and warm congratulations to the President as he looks forward to working more closely with him to promote friendship and cooperation known with the two countries to tackle the major challenges facing them on stability and security. More of the messages. The Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs has congratulated President Muhammadu Buhari for his successful renewal of mandate. The council, under the leadership of Sultan of Sokoto, Muhammad Saad Abubakar, further stated that the trust by millions of Nigerians is because of the integrity the president is noted for through the years. The council said, as a matter of responsibility, it will continue praying and supporting the development cause of Nigeria by President Muhammadu Buhari. In its determination to ensure that the leadership of Lagos State is sustained by the All Progressives Congress, some members of the party staged a 1 million man walk for the governorship candidate of the party, Sanwo-Olu, in the metropolis. Tunde Saiki reports that the exercise is aimed at canvassing for more votes for the party's candidate in the forthcoming election.
The 1 million man walk took off from the Maryland roundabout through some major streets in the GRA down to the police college, all in Ikeja. Participants, drawn from the 20 local government areas of the state, took turn to demonstrate their support and determination to continuously solicit for votes for the governorship candidates and his deputy, as well as members of the State House of Assembly.
We just want to let everyone know that we're one party. There's a unity within the party, the solidarity, and this 1 million walk is to show much of the unity that the party has been able to foster over the years.
People of progressive mind for Greater Lagos. We believe in progress, and we believe in Lagos. We see the good work APC is doing in Lagos, and we want the good work to continue.
At the police college playground, venue of the rally, party members took turn to speak on why all Lagosians' ballot must be cast for the APC candidates during the election.
We want all the Lagosians to come out en masse and vote for Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu and the Olufemi Hamzat.
Come March 9, making sure that everybody comes out, exercise their rights, and please, let's make sure it is peaceful, credible, and fair.
All of us know that Sanwo-Olu is the rightful candidate for this time. APC, the good job must continue.
Lagos is very important to APC and it is very important to everybody. And with this election, people have promised that they will come out better than what we had in the last election.
Various groups joined in the work for Sanwo-Olu and Hamzat. In Lagos, Tunde Saiki, NTA News.
The Buhari Support Organization, in conjunction with Abubakar Sani Bello Campaign Organization and supporters of the All Progressives Congress, have organized a road walk in Minna, Niger State capital, to celebrate the victory of President Muhammadu Buhari. Suleiman Kodogi reports.
The 1 million man march organized by the Buhari Support Organization took off from the Trade Fair Complex through Mobi Roundabout to the Obasanjo Shopping Complex and the Government House before terminating at the Niger State Office of BSO. The political rally drew participants from the 25 local government areas.
We have seen that he has done the best for this country more than any other person that led this country before.
BSO coordinator calls on the APC loyalists to ensure the victory of all the party's candidates at the general elections. In Minna, Suleiman Kodogi, NTA News.
Well, thanks for staying with us up to this moment on Weekend File. We will take a short break now. When we return, the file opens the interrogation of peculiarities of 2019 presidential and National Assembly elections with our correspondent's report. Don't go away.
So, how do I look, guys?
Aha!
What?
I see what's wrong. The wall doesn't match your elegance.
Then we must do something about it right away.
At Royal Ceramics, we offer you a wide range of beautiful wall and floor tiles designed specially to fit your lifestyle.
So, what do you guys think?
Thank goodness we changed to Royal Ceramic tiles. Like mother, like daughter.
Royal Ceramics. Finish in style.
The Deputy
Deputy National Coordinator, Buhari Campaign Organization, Professor Muhammad Sani Yahya, felicitated with the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammad Buhari, and Vice President Yemi Osibajo on their re-election for second term. Urged the BCO National Coordinator, Ladi Pasali, BOT Chairman Marcus Gundiri, and all vibrant members of Buhari Campaign Organization, we should continue to be proactive and determined in making APC proud in the forthcoming elections. Announcer, Professor Muhammad Sani Yahya, Deputy National Coordinator, Buhari Campaign Organization.
My name Nadumo Lulu Briggs and I be River speaking. Make una vote for me for this election of 2019. When I become una governor, na steady progress I go bring. Life go be jolly jolly and peace go dey brekete for everywhere. I want man go run River State like say na him person or something. Only big talk and failure we dey see since 2015. But when I become una governor, our people go live like it. My people wipe una eye. No worry, God, if they do more, they come. So vote for Dumo Lulu Briggs. Rivers people make una vote una song. Chief Barrister Dumo Lulu Briggs. God, if they do more, they come. I say vote for Dumo Lulu Briggs. Rivers people make una vote una song. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. God, if they do more, they come.
Vote Dumo Lulu Briggs. Vote Accord. Oneness and progress.
Mass Medical Mission has finally done it, ensuring that the prevention of cancer and cancer-related ailments is available to you right where you are. Our mobile cancer center, also known as Pink Cruise, is equipped with relevant state-of-the-art medical equipment to serve you wherever you are. All you have to do is apply for the Pink Cruise to come to your community or organization by sending a request to info@pinkcruise.org. Remember to suggest 3 alternative dates when you will prefer the Pink Cruise to come to conduct free preventive health care at your doorstep, including checking your body, your eyes, and your teeth. For more information on the Pink Cruise and how to take advantage of it, please log on to www.pinkcruise.org or visit us at the MMM House, number 31 Abode Thomas Street, Surulere, Lagos, or call 0805-633-4288. Mission Pink Cruise, taking wellness to all.
You're welcome back. The 2019 presidential election produced 28 million votes from 82 million voters for the 73 candidates. The votes were spread across the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT. Ignatius Sunko in this report highlights the demographic derivatives of the 6 geopolitical zones.
Statistics shows that the Northwest currently has the highest number of registered voters, with 20 million voters constituting 24% of the total, with Kano State leading with 5.4 million and a voter turnout of 1.9 million. States like Kaduna, Katsina and Jigawa State also witnessed large turnout of voters at 1.7 million, 1.6 million and 1.1 million votes cast. This explains why the bulk of the votes came from states like Kano. It is followed by the Southwest, which has 16 million voters, constituting 19.99%. Lagos has the highest number of registered voters of 6.5 million and a voter turnout of 1.1 million, but some observers describe it as not impressive. Northeast, 11 million, North Central, 13 million, South-South, 12 million, and Southeast, 10 million registered voters. The voter turnout in the northern eastern states of Borno, Yobe, and Adamawa were quite impressive. This is because the states are now conducive for political and other activities. Borno, with a total voters registration of 2.3 million, 987,290 accredited voters, witnessed a voter turnout of 955,205 votes, while Yobe produced a total of 586,137 votes out of the 601,059 accredited voters. In Adamawa, out of the 874,920 accredited voters, 860,756 voted. North Central, with a voter population of 13 million, has Plateau as the highest number of votes at 1.3 million, while the Federal Capital Territory has the lowest, standing at 451,408 votes. In the South-South, Delta State produced the highest number of votes at 882,254 votes from the 2.7 million registered voters, followed by Rivers State with 666,585 votes out of its 3.2 million registered voters. The southeastern zone with the lowest voter strength in Nigeria has Anambra State with 625,035 votes as the highest in the region. The least votes came from Ebonyi State with 379,394 votes. Ignatius.
Several factors made the 2019 presidential and National Assembly elections different from previous elections in Katsina State. Bashir Ibrahim Nababa looks at these factors and now reports.
Katsina State has over 3.2 million registered voters, out of which 1.6 million people exercise their civic duty at the 6,652 voting centers across the state. Perhaps what makes the presidential and National Assembly elections unique in Katsina State was, among other factors, that there are no reported incidences of violence, political or otherwise, even in the local government areas bordering Zamfara and Kaduna states, which are grappling with security challenges. More interestingly, both election officials and security agencies operated within stipulated rules and regulations, in complete departure from previous elections. Some politicians in Katsina State noted that activities of political parties, candidates and other actors shows that sanity is being restored in the system.
We want politics of issues, politics of people electing their own representatives whom they have confidence in them without asking for any kobo.
But let me urge Nigerians to continue to believe in their Creator, God Almighty, and that only He can give power to whom He pleases. And whenever He decides, nobody can change it.
Another distinguishing feature was how underage voting was curtailed as experienced in Katsina State during the elections. This may be attributed to the proactive measures taken by the Independent National Electoral Commission through strict PBC registration. However, there were reservations concerning some critical areas.
The cases of thuggery in Katsina during the presidential elections were almost not there. We have not seen, we have not heard, and we have not seen anybody who actually reported the occurrence of this type of instances.
But the only disappointment is when it comes to the turnout. Katsina State have a registered voters of 3.2 million voters, eligible voters, of which about 98.6% of them have collected their PVC. But the final turnout was below 50% of them.
Contrary to previous experiences, the role of the social media in the entire process of the presidential and National Assembly election is very critical. From the campaign to the elections and post-election activities, the new media has added a new dimension to how future elections will be conducted and how public opinion can be manipulated positively or otherwise. In Katsina, Bashir Ibrahim Nababa, NTA News.
The just concluded presidential and National Assembly elections have been adjudged relatively peaceful, transparent, free and credible by relevant stakeholders. Olubukola Adua in this report examines some of the peculiarities observed during the elections in comparison with the 2015 elections in Ondo State.
The presidential and National Assembly elections have come and gone, but the memories of events before, during, and after cannot be easily erased from the minds of the gladiators, the electorates, and of course the Nigerian people. Some of the peculiarities of the election that retained the incumbent, President Muhammadu Buhari, as the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces compared to previous elections, especially the 2015 election in Ondo State, include low voter turnout. According to statistics from the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, there were about 600,000 accredited voters in 2015 against about 500,000 recorded in 2019. Another peculiarity, according to the electoral body, is the increase in the number of rejected votes. These developments, some political analysts attributed to the increase in the number of the political parties on the ballot paper, as well as poor voter education. Another noticeable trend was in the choice made by voters.
People are beginning to get politically conscious. In Ondo State, for House of Rep, you see the SDP and the ADC clinging seats. So that's to tell you that people know what they are doing.
The level of understanding the importance of your mandate has increased, not necessarily voter education, because I don't think the media agencies and government did enough in educating the people, particularly in the local languages.
In 2015 election, the All Progressives Congress APC won massively in the state, unlike in the recent election where the people of the state voted for the People's Democratic Party, PDP.
The issue in Ondo State is peculiar. You know, APC had a lot of issues, internal rancor, so that also could be responsible.
Another peculiarity is in the area of security. The Ondo State Police Command says adequate arrangements were put in place to prevent and halt possible violence in the state during the elections.
Everybody was put on his or her toes, and that was the result of what, that was why we were able to at least relatively deal with the situation, so much so that the elections here in Ondo State was adjudged to be very, very peaceful.
I'm at the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, here in Akure, to know what the electoral umpire did differently in the just concluded elections. But all effort proved abortive, as the resident electoral commissioner is said to be out of town. In Akure, Olubukola Aduwo, NTA News.
Meanwhile, from Lafia, Joshua Ojitu reports that Nasarawa, as a state which was created in 1996, has participated for the 6th time in the history of presidential and national assembly elections held in the country. Witnessed outstanding, he said that this election witnessed outstanding peculiarities in the conduct and the result compared with previous exercises in the state.
Party primaries and campaigns by all political parties as build-up to the election went satisfactorily, stakeholders say. Then election, unlike in many parts of the country, it was greeted with high enthusiasm and large voter turnout. Statistics from the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, show that the total number of ballots cast during the 2019 presidential and National Assembly election in the state stood at 599,399 as against 521,641 in 2015. Stakeholders attribute the slight increase on political awareness among the people.
Each time we will be growing, but the pace at which we are growing is too low.
However, of concern is the high number of rejected ballots, which stood at 18,621 as against 10,094 for 2015 election.
We still want to ensure that our people are properly and adequately educated on how to cast their votes.
Although the election was not without challenges of late arrival of electoral materials and malfunctioning of smart card readers in some of the centers, the election was generally adjudged as successful and peaceful.
Nobody died in Nasarawa State. We didn't really record any violence.
We work hand in hand with all other security formations.
The 2019 presidential and National Assembly election in the state, observers note, has changed the political equation in the state. It is the first time President Buhari won the highest number of votes in the state.
This is the greatest success, that democracy has been rooted in Nigeria.
Similarly, it is also the first time since 1999 the People's Democratic Party, PDP, did not win senatorial seat, as the All Progressives Congress, APC, won all 3 in the election. The APC has 3 House of Representatives out of 5 in the state. In Lafia, Joshua Ojitu, NTA News.
Thank you, Joshua. You're still watching Weekend File on the network service of the NTA. When we return from this break, we're going to be hosting our guest for today, which happens to be the Director General of the National Orientation Agency in the person of Garba Abari. And that will be in just a moment.
Data. We can't live without it. Share it. Improve Impress with it. Borrow it. Sell with it.
Calm down, breathe.
Celebrate with it. Breathe easy, knowing that with Glow, data is oxygen.
Activate your life, be who you want to be. Yeah, yeah. Time to get active. Yes, the time is now. Now, now, now. Come on, get active. Oh, yeah. Yes, you can do it if you try.
Start an active life with the power of vegetables and fruits. Chivita Active. Be active. Do more.
From our wonderful family, meet our active triplets. Mixology, for example, mixes well with drinks. Then enjoy every quick meal with Slurp It Off. And everywhere you go, there is Go-Gurt. Packed with healthy nutrition, nourishing vitamins, power of protein, strength of calcium, revitalizing energy. Hollandia yogurt is bursting with goodness inside and out. Hollandia yogurt. It's all good.
You're welcome back, and joining me now is the Director General of the National Orientation Agency, Garba Abari. So you're welcome to Weekend File.
Thank you very much, Kirian. Good evening.
First, I'd like you to start by reacting to the report, that came from different parts of the country, with information regarding the peculiarities of the 2019 general elections.
Well, thank you very much. I listened to all the reports, and the 2019 presidential and the National Assembly elections actually has come with all their own kind of peculiarities. But they are not actually peculiarities that had not been expected. But of particular concern is actually the very high number of registered voters, high number of PVC collection against the actual turnout. In 2015, we could see that except for the Southwest, which recorded 32% vote turnout, all the other 5 geopolitical zones recorded from 40 to 45% vote turnout, which is actually in line with what I can call the global average. This time around, we have seen a significant drop in the number of people turning out to vote, in spite of the massive mobilization that has taken place by politicians during the campaigns. Political parties perhaps should have done better, because much of the mobilization was done by candidates and not by parties. And this is actually one of the peculiarities that we have seen. Political parties did not come out openly to canvass. In fact, those who drove the process of the campaign and those who did the mobilization actually were politicians, candidates, leading candidates. And that explains partially, perhaps, why we see many of the 72, out of the 72 political parties that fielded presidential candidates, some did not even get as many as 500 votes nationwide. So this is one of the peculiarities. But the other peculiarity, which I think is something we should note, is the fact that days or weeks before the election, the political atmosphere was kind of tense. We all expected that there will be massive killing, there will be massive destruction of law and order. Happily, Nigerians are getting wiser. The boards cut across. PDP ate into the into APC states. APC ate into PDP states. So I think we are gradually becoming wiser politically in terms of our political choices. The country is getting better for it. Because it speaks about how this kind of practices will enhance national unity and integration, and that petty partisan considerations, no longer become the driving issues on the forefront of national development. And then thirdly, we need to look at the role of the the Independent National Electoral Commission. Despite all the assurances that we got at the first instance that the commission was ready to conduct the elections, barely few hours to the commencement of voting, the elections had to be called up in the first instance. And that speaks now a lot about our institutional capacity to handle logistical requirements when there are national elections. This is very important. We must begin the process of planning for 2023 from today, or in fact from last week when the result.
Yes, and if you listened to the chairman of INEC, he did say that they have just started planning for the 2023 general elections, or perhaps to see how they can avert the issue of logistic difficulties that we encountered this time around. Now, some observers are of the view that the apparent there was apparent voter apathy that took place. Of course, because we recorded 4.2 million registered voters, and we turned out a little above 28 million overall. And one question, what actually happened? Was there voter apathy because of the postponement of the election, or voter apathy based on individuals who were not willing to really go out and vote? Because if you consider even the cancelled votes, it will not push that number a bit higher.
Well, I think unless we finish the entire electoral process, we have just had the National Assembly and the presidential. We are going in a week's time to the gubernatorial candidates. Perhaps by the time we are able to get all the elections done with, and we are able to compute the figures and bring out some of the possible causes. We subject them to some interrogation, some manner of study, and then that will be able to come out with conclusive positions as to why the voters actually did not come out in the large number we expected them to have come out. That this is one. And this one of the other things is actually something which we must really address. Are our people actually confident about our democracy? Are they really confident about our democracy? Is the democratic system, as we are seeing it today, actually meeting the expectations? Is it actually meeting our developmental objectives, our developmental aspirations, our developmental requirements? These are all things that a lot of studies have been done in this area. Some is still ongoing. Findings are not very conclusive, but I think we will also have to begin to develop some conversations around the confidence of the people, their trust in the democratic system, vis-a-vis their commitment to engaging in it very well. Because how inclusive is the political process? The level to which the political process allows citizens to be included will to a very large extent also determine in equal content how citizens get themselves engaged in matters of how leaders are elected, how government is being brought into place. Now, and I think this is some of the fundamental concerns that we as citizens and academicians actually and intellectuals out there must begin to provide answers for. Politicians must begin to debate their minds to these questions. We as citizens will have to also begin to take more than a passing interest in how much of our involvement will determine the kind of leadership that emerges, the kind of government we are able to bring about, and how accountable and how transparent such governments could be. And I think these are all issues that through which a common thread passes.
All right. Box snatching, ballot box snatching, and polls-related violence could be said to be virtually non-existent, save for some areas in Nigeria in this election. You recall that during the Second Republic, ballot snatching and physical combat at polling centers were the order of the day. But perhaps we have advanced to some level where that has been eliminated. Do you think so? Because considering the fact that stories of ballot box snatching this time around was not as we had it in the past elections, not 2015, perhaps maybe in the Second Republic.
Still, this has to do with how much our elections are improving over time. The credibility of the elections, how much improvement it is witnessing. That is one. And then secondly is also the determination and the clear signals that had been sent out by government and by security agencies that whoever infringes on the law will definitely be sanctioned according to what the law says. Now I think this is a message which had been sent out timelessly and had been communicated to the citizens adequately, sufficiently, so much so that we had seen, not that we did not witness any incidents of vote snatching, but compared to what had been the practice in the past, it is much on a reduced scale. This kind of practice, if we adhere to it, definitely will improve on the credibility of our elections. That's one. But then, talking back again about the peculiarities that I was talking about before you came in with your second question, is the fact that for the very first time in the political history of this country, we ran an election with 72 presidential candidates. This is very peculiar. Perhaps peculiar for us as a country for the first time, peculiar to the entire sub-region. 72 political parties with 72 presidential candidates. And, this makes the ballot paper actually, almost as large as a newspaper page. And this is actually something which has, to some very large degree, accounted for the very large number of voided votes that we had seen. In spite of all the campaigns against voided votes, in spite of all the campaign against voting rights, in spite of all the house-to-house campaign that the support group had actually done, going to house, showing with the sample ballot how you could sample it. And these are all part of some of the peculiarities
we're talking about. Because of course when you have over 70 presidential candidates, of course members of the National Assembly to vote on a particular voting day will be a little bit cumbersome. Well, let's talk about the role of the social media in this election. Barely 24 hours after the election, some persons were, circulating results, and as a matter of fact, before the day was over, we had a complete result from certain quarters, of course, which didn't augur well for this election. But as it is now, we are going to really pause this program for now, because we intend to go to the State House where we're having dinner by the APC Women and Youth Campaign Organization.
APC party stalwarts, respected women and youth, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm short of words to describe my appreciation for the role you played in the success that brought us here. Thank you very much indeed. I feel so indebted because I have no idea how much time and resources you individually and collectively put to make sure we succeed. I thank you very much indeed. Please, I assure you that I will not disappoint you. Our objectives are the same. We are to build this country so that your generation, the younger ones now, and the future generations will have a country that they can be proud of. We are working very hard to get the infrastructures in place, the roads, the rail, power, security, so that Nigeria will mind their own businesses. We thank God that our efforts have been blessed. The 2 previous and 3 rainy seasons were good. Those of you who are farmers, or who are farmers, or who are sons of farmers know this. We are lucky we got the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development and the Central Bank to please identify farmers at the lower level of the country and help them. And the government tried to make fertilizer available at half the price it used to be and available throughout the country. We thank God the result was very good. We have stopped importation of rice, and the savings we are putting into infrastructure. Hundreds of millions of dollars we have saved. And it has given us a guarantee of financial security against the unpredictable international oil politics. Since we can feed ourselves, we can earn something extra from farming, then we don't have to be absolutely dependent on petroleum industry, which is dependent so much on the forces outside our powers. I assure you that I have listened to the representation made that my cabinet should include more women and youth. No, don't celebrate it yet. I said I have listened to some of the representations made here. Well, I'm considering myself some of the old people, and I will protect my constituency too. But I will assure you that I will continue to have a team of people of integrity that really are concerned with Nigeria and Nigerians. Please continue to bear with us. We have a very short time in terms of the damage done to the country. I have tried to educate people the condition we found ourselves when we came in 2015. My short experience in the petroleum industry for 3¼ years gave me an idea about the economics of Nigeria, and I never let go. Between 1999 and 2014, I said the average production was 2.1 million barrels a day at the average cost of $100 per barrel. It went up to 143. So Nigeria was earning for the PDP precedence over Nigeria between 1999 and 2014, 2.1 million times 100 times 16 years. You do that arithmetic. You know the condition of the roads more than I do. You know the condition of the rain. You know the condition of power. Some of the roads from here, Abuja to Onitsha, from here to Port Harcourt and back, were done since during PTF days. And you know the condition now. Such massive irresponsibility in West, only God can help Nigerians to recover from it. Because what we are getting now and rearranging our priorities is not easy. We thank God we have got the opportunity to serve again for additional 4 years. And Nigerians will know the difference. The three fundamental issues I campaigned on, all the APC campaigned on security, economy, and fighting corruption. We have made some progress, but I will still update you. Those from the Northeast know that we made substantial progress in our first promise of security in the Northeast. Boko Haram used to hold at least 17 local governments. They are not holding any local government now, technically. But they are getting young people indoctrinated, especially girls, wrapping them up with explosives and sending them on soft targets. We are working very hard to stop that. On the economy, I have already told you we are lucky. God heard our prayers. The rainy season were good. We have virtually achieved food security. And the savings, we are putting it into the infrastructure. Fighting corruption under this system has proved to be very difficult for me because I have the experience. And I mentioned it several times. I wouldn't mind repeating it here. When I was in uniform and I found myself here, I was young and a bit reckless. I got the leadership of the country from the president, the vice president, the governors, and the ministers. Most of them, I put them in Kirikiri, and I said, they are guilty or they were guilty until they could prove themselves innocent. We put a number of panels to investigate those who held states and ministries. And only 2 Nigerians, you know, proved themselves good Nigerians. One, Biliamun Usman, he's dead. He was a junior minister of education. The second one, most impressively, was a governor of Central Bank and a minister of finance, Mala Adam Chiroma. Nobody found anything wrong with them among this committee. But in the end, I myself was arrested, detained, and those who stole were given back their money. So this time around, I'm being very careful. I'm following the system. When people are caught and proven in court to have abused office, like a very senior military officer who we must have seen in the States, the money or the properties were taken. But this time around, I said they should sell the properties, put the money in the treasury, and we use it for infrastructure. So that whoever happens to come after this government, no matter how his sympathy with those who took public funds, there is no way he can take money from the treasury and give it back. He wouldn't dare do it. This is what can be brought only by experience. I thank you very much for listening to me. I very much appreciate you are coming here tonight, and even more, I appreciated what we have done, but I'm congratulating ourselves for succeeding. If we have failed, My good God, thank goodness we have succeeded. Thank you.
Nigeria! Nigeria! Say Buhari! At this stage, Mr. President will be departing, but we will have to take the national anthem, and the program will continue thereafter. May we rise for the national anthem.